China, a country renowned for its rapid modernization and economic prowess, is trying to hide a scary reality from the world: the fact that the country is filled with ghost cities. Yes, towering skyscrapers stand empty, streets are devoid of traffic, and an unsettling silence envelops entire urban landscapes. These scenes resemble post-apocalyptic scenarios straight out of movies. Think about it. Zombie movie producers will save a lot of the budget on CGI if they shoot movies here, because the unsettling truth is that no one ever lived in these places. The rapid expansion and relentless construction have catapulted China to the world's second-largest economy in a remarkably short time. However, these deserted urban centers reveal the darker side of this economic boom. One of the most striking examples is Ordos, often described as a post-apocalyptic space station. Located in northern China, Ordos was built during the coal mining boom in the early 2000s. Anticipating an economic surge, the government constructed a new city meant to house 1 million people. A decade later, it hit them. The reality they were met with seriously contrasted their expectations. Hardly anyone had moved in, leaving the new town nearly deserted. Most settlers were migrant workers and government officials, encouraged to relocate there, but the close proximity of the old, thriving Ordos town rendered this new city very unnecessary. This ambitious project turned into a massive investment blunder, with 80 to 90% of the apartments owned by investors unwilling to lower prices, thus keeping them empty. By 2016, even after the government lowered their expectations to 300,000 residents, only about 100,000 people decided to make it their home. This issue isn't isolated to just Ordos. Across China, there are around 65 million empty units, enough to house the entire population of France. These vacant homes could accommodate at least 25% of China's 300 million homeless population. The reason behind this overabundance of housing is deeply rooted in the absurd economic practice of China. The middle class sees property as a safe investment due to restrictions on investing outside the country. Real estate is viewed as a secure way to preserve and grow wealth, leading to continuous construction to fuel the economy. In the heart of Ordos, 2 horse statues symbolizing the nomadic culture stand as ironic reminders of a place where people prefer not to settle. Another notable ghost city is Junming, a city with a population size comparable to Madrid. However, certain neighborhoods still remain empty. The most significant event in Sunshine City within Junming was the demolition of 15 skyscrapers in 2021, which had stood unfinished since 2013 due to the developers' debt issues. Similarly, Evergrande's Splendor City was intended to house 60,000 people, but despite claims that 30,000 residents live there, all commercial establishments, including kindergartens and hospitals, remain closed. Evergrande, one of China's largest property developers, is still facing a staggering $300 billion debt, highlighting the broader issues plaguing the country's real estate sector. Now let's take a look at Tianducheng, China's woefully failing attempt to replicate Paris. The city features Parisian facades, cobblestone streets, and even replicas of the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower. Despite these efforts, the city remains largely uninhabited, with only 10% of the intended 10,000 residents by 2021. The high cost of living in this meticulously replicated Paris has deterred potential residents, demonstrating that some aspects of a city's essence can and should not be artificially recreated. Yujipu, intended to be China's Manhattan, similarly failed to attract inhabitants. A promotional video mocks American cities, highlighting their negative aspects while boasting Yujipu's skyline. Yet, the city's streets are empty, office buildings remain unfinished, and commercial spaces like shopping malls and cinemas are permanently shut. Bloomberg's 2021 visit reported only marginal improvements since their 2015 observation of completely deserted streets. Thames Town, near Shanghai, aimed to capture the essence of London but ended up as another ghost town. China really doesn't know when to give up with the creation of replicated cities. I mean, how many times are they going to fail before they give it up? With iconic but replicated red telephone boxes, fish and chip shops, English pubs, and Victorian-era walkways, the town was designed for students and university workers. However, the high property prices prevented them from moving in, leaving the town with empty streets and closed shops. The result is a scene reminiscent of the abandoned streets in the movie 28 Days Later. Not all ghost cities remain empty forever. Chen Gong, transformed from farmland into an urban area in 2003, was initially deserted. Today, however, it has risen to become a vibrant student hub with 7 colleges, night markets, street vendors, and even international stores like H&M and Zara. Although it still isn't as densely populated as major cities, Chen Gong's gradual transformation offers a glimmer of hope for other ghost cities. The city's resurgence can be attributed to strategic urban planning and substantial investments in infrastructure. Improved public transportation, including an extensive bus network and a new subway line, has made Chen Gong more accessible. Additionally, the government has implemented policies to attract businesses and residents, such as tax incentives and subsidies. The presence of universities has also spurred economic growth, with many students choosing to stay after graduation, contributing to the local economy. Parks, recreational facilities, and cultural centers have been developed to enhance the quality of life, making Chen Gong an attractive destination for young professionals and families. This ongoing development suggests that, with the right approach, other ghost cities can also find a path to revitalization. Pudong, once ridiculed as China's first ghost city, has also undergone a dramatic transformation. Built in the 1990s as a new financial district near Shanghai, it faced high vacancy rates and halted construction during the Asian financial crisis. Criticized as a status monument for a dead pharaoh by economist Milton Friedman, Pudong was a symbol of failed ambition. However, concerted efforts by the Shanghai government to relocate banks and offer perks to international businesses have revitalized the area. By 2022, Pudong's GDP had soared to $400 billion, exceeding its ghost city status and boasting higher occupancy rates than Midtown Manhattan. Despite these transformations, the phenomenon of ghost cities remains a significant part of China's landscape. In Liaoning Province, Hunan, and Shandong, ghost cities and villages are common sights along the roads. In Guangdong Province, Huizhou is another example where ghost cities are prevalent. Traveling through these ghost cities reveals the extent of China's real estate issues. For ordinary Chinese citizens, investment opportunities are limited and risky. The stock market has crashed multiple times, and the government frequently intervenes, causing further instability. Of course, Bitcoin is illegal, and other investment avenues are either unavailable or unappealing. Real estate, on the other hand, has been a reliable investment for decades. Owning an apartment, regardless of its location, is seen as a foolproof way to make a profit. This belief has fueled the construction of ghost cities, where people buy properties as investments but never move in. These investment properties often remain unfinished, as there's no incentive to complete them. In China, buying a fully furnished apartment is less desirable due to traditional beliefs about inheriting the previous owner's bad karma or feng shui. Thus, these properties are left as empty shells, increasing their value. Renting out these properties is also unappealing because rental income is a fraction of mortgage payments. For instance, a friend in Shenzhen paid 30,000 RMB monthly for their mortgage but could only rent the apartment for 4,800 RMB. Therefore, the hassle of managing tenants and the devaluation of the property by making it livable discourage renting. The Chinese real estate market is the most valuable asset class globally, valued at around $60 trillion. It constitutes about 30% of China's GDP, making it a critical part of the economy. The government cannot afford for this market to fail, as it would have catastrophic consequences. The reliance on debt within the real estate sector has led to significant problems. Developers build extensively, anticipating high returns, but fail to attract residents. The government, keen to maintain economic stability, employs various measures to stimulate the real estate market, such as lowering interest rates and offering incentives for buyers. However, these measures only provide temporary relief and do not address the underlying issues. The construction companies, burdened by debt and unable to secure further loans, face significant challenges. Despite the bleak outlook for many ghost cities, some areas have managed to reinvent themselves. Chen Gong and Pudong's transformations offer a blueprint for potential revitalization. Government intervention, relocation of businesses, and strategic investments can breathe new life into these urban centers. However, the widespread issue of overbuilding and the reliance on real estate as a primary economic driver remain pressing concerns. China's ghost cities are undoubtedly proof to the country's rapid economic growth and the challenges that come with it. While some areas have found ways to recover and thrive, many remain as dangerous reminders of misguided investments and the complexities of sustaining an economy built on relentless construction. The future of these ghost cities is uncertain, but their existence underscores the need for a more balanced and sustainable approach to urban development and economic growth, because while some may eventually find new life, others may remain as monuments to an era of unchecked growth and speculative investment. The challenge for China is to balance economic development with sustainable urban planning, ensuring that its cities are not just built but lived in. As we continue to watch the evolution of these ghost cities, we see both the potential and the pitfalls of China's rapid urbanization. The stories of Ordos, Junming, Tianducheng, Yujipu, Thames Town, Chen Gong, and Pudong provide a glimpse into the complexities of this phenomenon. Each city tells a funny but bizarre story of pointless ambition, not-so-good investments, and the quest for growth, reflecting the broader narrative of China's economic journey. In the end, China's ghost cities are a sobering reminder of the costs of rapid development. They challenge us to think critically about the future of urbanization and the importance of creating cities that are not just economically viable, but also socially vibrant and sustainable. Because while China's ghost cities present a paradox of rapid growth and subsequent emptiness, the combination of government policies, investment practices, and traditional beliefs has led to the creation of vast urban landscapes that remain uninhabited. While some cities have successfully transformed, others continue to struggle with high vacancy rates and economic challenges. The future of these ghost cities will depend on innovative strategies and government interventions to repurpose and revitalize these areas. Until then, they stand as both a symbol of China's economic achievements and the unintended consequences of its rapid development. However, do you think China is going to stop developing unreasonably and unwanted infrastructure? From all indications, I don't think they are. As always, thanks for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're looking for some more of that history crack.